Sun Devil Extra rolls on here from Tempe, Arizona, as we continue on talking about Sun Devil volleyball and certainly the great start to their season, the 13th ranked Sun Devils, and we're now joined by the setter, the fifth-year setter for Arizona State, Argentina Ung. First off, Argentina, thanks for joining us here, and a great start to the season for you guys.
Yeah, thank you for having me, for inviting me, and yeah, I mean, we've been doing pretty good, and just hopefully we can just keep it up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 16-2, and you're coming into a new situation for your fifth and final year. We'll kind of talk about the process to get you to Tempe here in a moment, but I want to ask you about the adjustment period because it's the day and age of the transfer portal, and of course, you know, people are moving around in every sport quite a bit, but people don't think about you're literally moving from where you were comfortable, where you were studying, where you were living, to a new area, a new state with new teammates, new coaches. How was that adjustment for you, and was it different than what you were expecting?
So the moment I stepped on Tempe, my teammates welcomed me with open arms. I mean, I felt so welcome the first day of practice, the first meeting, same with the coaching staff. I mean, they care for us more as people as athletes, and that's like a big thing for me. My teammates were just always in contact with me, even like before we all came back for a winter. I had dinner with Jelly when I was here, so that was amazing, like connecting with my teammates even before practice started.
I want to ask you about once you did hit the portal, transfer from Washington State, so you were familiar with ASU volleyball, you were familiar with this area, you'd been here before, but what was it like being recruited again after 4 years, kind of being thrown back into that fray, and then what ultimately stuck out to you about Arizona State?
I mean, just going into the portal is just something, I mean, it was exciting, of course, like schools that you didn't even think that would recruit you, like big name schools, like were like email me and stuff, so that was like just like it's like a confidence thing too.
Sure.
So I think the thing that stood out for me here at ASU was this new coaching staff and what they brought to this program. I mean, they literally made it a new program, a brand new program. I played ASU every single year while I was at Washington State. And just a big switch up in the team was a big thing for me. I mean, I wanted to be part of a veteran team, like all returners, close to home. They did great, an amazing run in the tournament last year, so I wanted to be a part of that.
Checked all your boxes then.
Exactly, literally.
Let's talk about your performance a week ago. I was just talking with Graham about the rivalry win against Arizona. It was a great environment, fourth highest attendance ever, and a dramatic, intense four-set win. You set some high marks, fifth double-double of the year, a season high 42 assists, and a career high 20 digs against the Wildcats. So you've been a part of a couple of big rivalries, UW and Wazoo, of course, and now ASU U of A. How fun are those rivalry matchups to compete in?
I mean, you know, the coaches get all fired up, the team gets all fired up, so it's just like a fun thing to be a part of. The fans, you know, when we play in DFA, it was just packed. We couldn't even hear each other, like it was so loud. It was just so fun to be a part of. I mean, they play a big part. I know U of A missed a lot of serves, so we call those defense points. Yeah. Like, the defense brought us those points, so it was just amazing to be part of this rival thing, and now here at ASU, and excited to go do Tucson next week and just compete. Yeah, you get them on the flip side next week in Tucson. Yeah, it was a season high in service errors for U of A.
Yeah,
really?
In that match as well, so I mean, that shows.
Yeah, that was defense, all in defense.
Yeah, so let me ask you now about your background from Sonora, Mexico, and you know, you've had the opportunity to represent your national team, which is something that every kid playing whatever sport they choose dreams of, and you've had the opportunity to do that since the U18 team, and you're still competing on the senior national team right now. How special is it to have those experiences competing and representing your home country, and how proud does it make you to be able to do that? I mean, that was, I think, one of my biggest dreams when I was little. When I started playing volleyball, I always wanted to wear the Mexico national team jersey. It's during the summer. That's like our only break when we're playing college volleyball, but at the same time, it's just like a big thing for us to go and represent our country. We don't get a lot of days off for the same thing, that we gotta go do training camp and then go practice with the national team. Sure. But it's just like it's just a big thing for us. 16-2 on the season, and so fans and maybe outsiders of the program, they just see that. They see the 13th ranked team as well. Obviously, the success is paramount, and you see it. But you guys had the opportunity this past summer to travel to Brazil.
Yeah.
How big was that, especially for you, just joining this program, kind of getting to bond. You
Yeah.
learn so much about people when you
Yeah.
travel. How big was that for you?
I mean, that was a turning moment for us. Even like I know Sav didn't help. Seven, I wasn't here for the spring.
Right.
So we got to work in a lot of things in Brazil. I mean, we played every day. We play a volleyball game. I think one day we played twice.
Wow.
So that was just, I mean, it made us connect not only as players but also like as people. I mean, I learned so much about our team. We hang out 24/7 in Brazil,
Yeah.
in another country, so we just had to stick together. I mean, we didn't know what we were about to be in Brazil. I mean, that's Rob's home, so that was
Sure.
also a nice thing to be part of. Rob going back to her country. Yeah, I think that played a huge factor on how our game is now. I just got to see more of the team in play, and that was just an amazing thing to be a part of.
Outside of all of the matches you guys competed in down there, what do you think will be the one memory that you'll remember forever about that trip?
I think so. We had one night that we were supposed to play a game, but for some reason this other team didn't show up, and we came back to our hotel. And we were like, okay, what should we do now? Like, we didn't play. It was like late at night. It was like, I think 8 or 9. And we all went to Copacabana Beach.
Oh, wow.
And we all played beach volleyball. Like at like 10 p.m. I think it was like super late at night. We all did like a mini beach volleyball tournament, and that was just so enjoyable and so amazing.
That's like at the Mecca as well. That's amazing that you guys got to do that. So as a member of Washington State last year, we mentioned that you were a Cougar for 4 years. You saw this ASU program under Coach Van Niel. It was a 5-set thriller in Pullman that your side, Washington State, got the best of. But you kind of already mentioned this. You got to see the transformation from afar first year under Coach Van Niel, and obviously you're a part of the program now. But do you remember back to that matchup, just kind of noticing the difference for ASU?
I mean,
what were those differences?
Yeah, I mean, we knew by the time we played them, they had beaten Oregon, they had beaten Stanford, like top 10 programs in the country. So we knew that last year ASU was nobody to take lightly.
Right.
So we just came out, tried our best. Like, it was, at the end of the day, it was a serve and pass game. I think both teams got like 10 aces, 10 errors. So it was like something crazy like that. He came up to the serve and pass, but I mean, it was like an amazing game to watch, an amazing game to play. It came out like, I mean, the score was like 15-13, the fifth set. So it just came up to like who made the less errors in the end. But like, to be able to watch how that program just made a big flip, it was just a great thing.
What's the culture like with this program, with Coach Van Niel? He seems like an intense guy from an outsider's perspective, but what's it like on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, it's compete. In our gym, like, we have great competitors. You are going to see us holding ourselves accountable.
Sure.
I mean, you could see it even in the matches. I mean, we're going to go for every single ball. We are not going to let another team get easy kills. I think that's a statement of how we practice too. You can go to a practice gym, you're gonna see that every day.
Yeah.
I mean, Mary is flying around the course, same with Jelly, Shania, everybody. I think we give like 100% every day at practice.
Do you get wowed by Mary still and the play she makes, or have they almost become normal?
I mean, at this point, it's normal.
Right.
Yeah, but like, I mean, when I first got here, I was like, oh my God, like, I've never seen a libero do that on the same side of the net, so I'm just so happy that she's part of the side of the same net this time around. Because when we play her, I mean, at Washington State, we for sure try to like just go around her.
Has to be frustrating to play against her. Let's talk about your job as the setter, because you've got some big-time hitters. We're going to talk to one in Jelly in just a moment, but Claire Jeter, Savannah Colheed, to name a few, Shania Cromartie, of course, another one. How have those talented players made your job so much better? Because your job, get them the ball and let them do their thing.
I mean, I think it all starts with the serve and pass.
Sure.
We have one of the best passing teams in the whole nation, and we wouldn't be able to run that fast of an offense if it wasn't for our passers. I mean, Jelly, Shania, Mary, they do a great, amazing work out there in the passing. And I mean, my job they don't even make me move. So I would say my job is the easiest at this point. Like, they just give me the excellent passes every time. We are able to run our fast offense. That opens up so many spaces for our middles, our right side, and our outside. So it's just such an enjoyable thing to be a part of. I mean, great passers, great hitters, very athletic. Everybody in our team is super athletic. We might not be the most physical, but we are super smart. We're fast. We have a great volleyball IQ. We work on it every day at practice. Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun to watch, and we already plugged this in the first segment with Graham. You have 2 chances to come watch this team this weekend. Houston on Wednesday night. We said it was on ESPNU in the first segment. We have since been corrected. It's gotten bumped up to ESPN2, so you're going to play it on national TV on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and then also at home Friday against Colorado at 6:30. Argentina, big thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Glad you're a Sun Devil, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more after this.